Yeah, today's the day. I'm gonna put this motor back in and hopefully get this airplane flying again. I kind of gave an extensive breakdown to all my patrons, so they really know what's going on, but I'll just give you guys the quick rundown. Basically, the guys from Edge Performance helped me rebuild the top end on the motor. They did a beautiful job, awesome stuff. And I got it back up and running, and it was running great, but there's a slight ticking sound coming from the back. I initially thought it was the lifters, ended up not being the lifters, but I couldn't diagnose it and I didn't have the tools to try and fix it. So packaged the motor up in the crate, sent it down to the South Island, had it supposedly worked on in a fairly sketchy environment, and then had the motor sent back to me, not bolted down in the crate properly, starter wasn't put back in, and all of the intakes and exhaust ports were left wide open. With that being the condition that the motor was sent back to me, I've just been really hesitant to put it back in the airplane because I don't know what this guy did. Like, he clearly didn't do the work that I asked him to do. Charged me a whole bunch of money for it. But yeah, I don't even know if he's bolted or torqued everything properly. You know, it's kind of just a lot is left to the imagination here. So I think my plan is to get the motor out and to just methodically work my way through everything, to just double check his work, I guess, and to fix the things that he was supposed to fix, and then put everything back together that he was supposed to put back together. Not an ideal situation, but I really don't have a choice. Yeah, time to put this motor back in. Well, I've really kind of reached the end of what I can do today because of the starter and the bolts. You know, there's no point in continuing because I'll have to undo a lot of what I do then. So this will be kind of it. I quickly threw the prop on just temporarily to give it a good turn, to kind of hear if the guy sorted out the ticking noise. I can't really tell, it's been so long, I don't really have a comparison. It sounds okay though, like yeah, doesn't seem like there's anything majorly wrong with it. So yeah, we've got to find a new starter motor. It'll be a lot of money. Probably in a day or two, I'll come back out and yeah, continue getting it done. It's just kind of nice, really nice to actually have it back on all three wheels so I can move it around. Because when you take the motor out, it drops on its tail. But yeah, I'm glad that's done. It's a major job getting it on there. Now I can, whenever I'm skydiving or flying or something, I can just quickly pop in for 10 minutes and work a little bit versus you know, having to dedicate an entire day to hang it and get everything hooked up, etc. So it's on there, it's looking pretty sweet. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll tune in whenever I get the parts to finish it off, which will hopefully be a couple of seconds for you guys, and if not, a separate video. And in the meantime, I'm probably gonna go for a skydive. I think I could do with that today. Yeah, no better way to cool down than a quick skydive, so. You're so cool. Got everyone mesmerized. High school dream. You're the curse now and the prize. Always on the surface, but worth before your purpose. But some things you can't purchase.
Oh, this is beautiful. Holy crap.
All right, first day back in a while. The pandemic happened, it's still happening. So haven't been really focused on Charlie, but yeah, today's the day. I hope to start her by the end of the day. I need to button up a bunch of stuff on the motor and throttle cables, ignition, air filters, purge the oil, coolant, then check everything, all the torques all around, and then we should be good to go. So pretty nervous for the start, but I just want to get it out of the way so that, yeah, we have a running engine again. I'm trying to get this thing running before it's dark, so I'm not really filming much. I'm kind of rushing. I'm sweating as well because purging that motor is a workout. But yeah, props off. So I'm gonna do a first start without a prop on it so that I can get things a little bit up to temperature and check for leaks and stuff. And then tomorrow we'll throw the prop on and do some proper running. Okay, firing. All right, 2 days later, gonna run the motor again, this time with the prop on, and hopefully it's good. How sick is that rainbow? That's so sick. All right, so I just ran the motor for about an hour, shy of an hour. Found a slight oil leak on that bolt over there. So I'm not quite sure where it's coming from. It is a rather odd one, but I'm gonna have to diagnose that and figure out where and what it's coming from. But other than that, this motor is running sweet. Yeah, full beans, did about 30 minutes at 5,000 RPM, which for this prop is just max static RPM. And then, yeah, pretty freaking stoked, so good. It's been a long haul to get here, but yeah, she's running. So I'm gonna give everything a chance to cool down. I'm gonna check the magnetic plug, make sure there's no metal residue building up, you know, that nothing's busy itself. Yeah, just have a good look at everything. I can probably trim these now because I like keeping them on because the ends are together, but now I'll trim them and put some crimps on there. Give everything a once over. Probably clean the plane. In here, this is the new ignition master switch that I threw in there. Sorry, not ignition, just master. And I've got a new backup battery, so I actually get oil pressure throughout the start.
And yeah, everything else is sweet. I'm so stoked. So freaking stoked. All right, I just couldn't sleep last night. I just kept thinking, what the hell's going on right here? Because I realized that this might actually be a bigger problem than I initially thought. So I came out, pulled it. Well, I checked the torque first. It wasn't completely torqued. Then decided to pull it. But in order to get to it, or get it out rather, I'm gonna have to do a whole lot of stripping. So carbs need to come off exhaust and starter needs to come out. Not ideal, but yeah, well, what are we gonna do about it? I gotta get to it. I gotta figure out what the hell's going on, so. All right, that was literally just a few minutes, pulled the carb out, etc.
All right, so here's the lowdown. Basically, obviously the seal between the two casing halves has kind of been compromised a little bit. Apparently on the older blocks, because this is a 2005 casing, this is quite a common problem. So there's a couple of solutions. One of them, it only has a locking washer on it, and you can replace that with a flat washer and then some Loctite and then put it in. The other is to potentially put an O-ring on here or some high temperature sealant, maybe silicone of some sort. I'm not like super stoked on all of those solutions. I prefer if the bolt was actually sealing. But yeah, I don't have much of a choice really. So I'm gonna head over to Carl, the local engineer, and see what he's got to offer, because I need to figure this out. I did check for cracks in there. I can't see any. It's a little hard to see, but yeah, it looks pretty good in there. So things back together. I'm pretty confident that this will work. I ended up just going with an O-ring and a little bit of sealant. I think that'll do enough to treat the problem. So everything's back together. It was actually a bit less of an ordeal than I expected. All good. We're ready to go. So I'm gonna pull her out and fire her up. All right, no leak. Really stoked with that. So I'm gonna keep running it. There's quite a bit of vibration, but I think that's because I'm downwind, like quartering downwind. So I'm gonna turn it into the wind and do some more running, maybe half an hour or so.